मेरे ख्याल से सब लोग अपना अपना काम अगर ईमानदारी से कर लें तो वही हो जाता है। जब आपने किसी से पैसे लिए हैं तो उसका वैल्यू ऑफ मनी आपको देना पड़ता है। तो आप फनी होते हैं अपने दोस्तों में।
The show is not about you, it's about everybody who's on the show. And it's about those comics.
कि आप 3 मिनट में अपना खत्म करके जाओ, किल करके जाओ।
Hello दोस्तों, welcome to the Bollywood talk show on IWMBuzz. This is your host Shubhajit, back once again with another interesting episode. I have some fabulous guests over here. When these guys are there, laughter marathon comes very naturally. Sab log haste feete, everybody goes lol in the true sense of the term. I have the lovely trio of Kusha, Zakir and Neeti. First of all, thank you so much for joining us over here. It's a pleasure. I love your smiling faces to begin with.
Thank you, Shubhajit.
Thank you, bhai. Thank you, bhai.
Pleasure. मुझे एक चीज बताइए, when a show comes again and again, कोई भी तरीके का शो हो, वो कॉमेडी शो हो, कोई OTT प्रोजेक्ट हो, whatever, the very reason why it comes again is because of the fact पहले it has been appreciated and liked. But at the same time, there's also this one thing at the back of your mind that you want to make it bigger, lot more grander maybe in whatever way possible. So how do you, within your limited roles, whatever you have, somebody is a host, somebody is a judge, how do you contribute in the best way possible so that as a teamwork जाके वो season, next season जब आप आ रहे हो, वो और ज्यादा बेहतर हो?
मेरे ख्याल से मेरे ख्याल से सब लोग अपना अपना काम अगर ईमानदारी से कर लें तो वही हो जाता है। आपको अपना ही देख सकते हो। आप क्रिएटिंग शोज इज अ वो बहुत बड़ा मेहनत, वो किसी आपको बेटी की शादी कराने जैसा होता है, ठीक है। उसके अंदर मामा जी का कितना भी कुर्सी ठीक करना से नहीं होता है, सिर्फ उसके अंदर बहुत लोग लगते हैं। तो मेरे ख्याल से हर एक पुर्जा जो है उसका, अगर वो अपना काम ठीक से करे तो ऑटोमेटिकली मशीन ठीक से चलती है। तो आई थिंक वही कोशिश रहती है कि इसको अगर हम F1 टीम की तरह देखें तो हम एक लैप अगर हम जीत गए तो हम कोशिश करते हैं कि अगले लैप में उससे भी तेज, उससे भी बेहतर करें, और वो हर इंडिविजुअल जो इन्वॉल्व है वो अगर अपने इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे करेगा तभी वो हो पाएगा। तो आई थिंक वो इंटेंशन तो सबका ही रहता है, और हमने जो किया है वो ये किया है कि फॉर्मेट चेंज किया है। हमने 3 अलग-अलग सीजन्स में अलग-अलग तरह का फॉर्मेट और होस्ट चेंज करने की कोशिश की। आई थिंक somehow we have reached a good combination, and I think we are so excited that Kusha is the biggest thing we are betting on for this season.
Yeah. I think our loyal fans are already very excited, rooting and cheering for her Insta stories मैं देख रहा हूँ वहाँ पे. I think that comes very naturally, the organic love that she's getting touched with.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Zakir is being too kind, but I agree with him. Whatever he said, so just an arrow, whatever he said. But also, I mean, I contribute just by coming on time to set and doing my job. No,
and Neeti,
वही चाहिए होता है बस. You have to commit to the work that you're doing, and you have to realize this is not, the show is not about you. It's about everybody who's on the show, and it's about those comics, you know, who you are presenting to the world. So if you have those things very sorted in your head, you'll make a good show. So yeah.
What does Neeti have to add to this? I'm very curious.
I was actually going to say that each year we've tried to, you know, change the format up a little bit, add more stuff in it. Like this season, I think the most talked round going to be the roast round, where the contestants got to roast the judges. And that was kind of fun for all of us, and I know that it will be fun for the audience too, because think about it, these are contestants who are roasting judges who are then going to grade them. Like how counterproductive can you get? So it's a lot of fun there. Other than that, personally my endeavor has been कि भाई जो उनको मैं pointers दे रही हूँ, वो those are pointers I could have been giving to myself after seeing my own performance, you know, getting a little more technical. So if there are people watching the show who want to get into comedy, they'll take away a little more than just laughter, you know, maybe further steps on how to become better at whatever they want to do.
And also I think the timing, which is I think very important when it comes to you know, comedy. If the timing is not right, then I think the entire thing falls flat. है ना?
Timing is part of the technical this thing, but also respecting that time, right? A lot of the youngsters will, I mean, at comedy clubs we have very strict times. अगर आपको 3 मिनट बोला है तो आपको 3 मिनट में करना है, because it's a mark of respect to the other comic who's going to follow you or everybody else on the lineup. And it's also a test of your own skills कि आप 3 मिनट में अपना खत्म करके जाओ, kill करके जाओ. So here, when you're going overtime, you're getting your marks cut, which is like also a good training ground.
हमेशा overwriting के लिए extra marks नहीं मिलते हैं. Basically, that's the point.
Correct.
True.
But you know, Kusha, I want to ask this question specifically to you. being a comic sensation, somebody for whom comedy and laughter comes naturally, is a good wacky sense of humor. Now you're hosting a show like this, of course. Does it make it easier because it is of the same genre that you were doing? Had you, compared to maybe if you were, say, hosting a show which was about music, or maybe hosting something else, some other kind of reality show, just because the fact that it's a comedy show and it comes naturally to you, does it make it easy? Yeah, is it a lot difficult because the expectations are like real?
सबसे पहले तो मैं कॉमिक्सटान की बहुत बड़ी फैन हूँ. I love Comicstaan. I've seen the first 2 seasons and I love all the comics that have come out of there. I follow their journey. I've followed their entire comedic careers. So I am very invested in the show. सबसे पहले तो वो अपने लिए मैंने बहुत प्रेशर बिल्डअप किया हुआ है कि मैं इस शो की फैन हूँ, अब मैं इस पे होस्ट हूँ. Imagine. So this is a show I've watched with everybody, all my friends sitting in Delhi, and now suddenly they'll watch me on that show. So that pressure is definitely on. Then you have like such incredible comics in the same room. And they're watching, the judges are sitting and watching, the mentors are watching, everyone's watching. There's a live audience, which is a very legitimate live audience. Because that's the way we shoot Comicstaan. We shoot with a live audience. There are no like cuts or anything. We shoot in a very methodical manner. So more than the job itself, the hosting, the fact that so many people are present and there's so many people you stand to disappoint if you do a bad job, that's a bigger pressure than anything else. The fact that if you do a bad job of this, if you ham this, if you do not give your best, there's so many people will be like,
पहले ही बोला ही था कहा ही था बताई था
हाँ वही सब.
बस ये जो बोला ना जाकिर ने, ये इसका डर ज्यादा था, बाकी तो इतना डर.
हाँ, बाकी everything comes naturally and effortlessly. But I think नहीं मैं तो बोलूंगा naturally आता है आपको. You're just maybe being a little modest, but I think the other two will definitely agree that it comes naturally to you, है ना?
आप मैं ले लूंगी.
I think Kusha was the lubricant that kept that show going so smoothly. I mean, it was insane.
They were extremely supportive of me, and I can't thank them enough. So,
yeah. But tell me something, all three of you. Guys got great minds. It's not easy to be. Everybody cannot be a comedian because you have to have that spontaneous nature. You have to be on your toes all the time, witty. We're coming up with those fantastic responses. So that speaks of a creative mind. Now in your show itself, I'm pretty sure you have got the best of creatives when it comes to churning out the content in terms of what will work with the audience. But since you guys are also having creative minds, do you guys maybe sit with your creatives and give in suggestions कि अरे यार इसको ऐसा कर सकते, वैसा कर सकते, or you let it be, जिसका काम है उसको करने दो?
मतलब हम क्यों उसको it's मैं बोलूँ ना?
हाँ भक्ति आप बोलो, कोई भी बोलो.
हाँ, मेरे ख्याल से ये कंपटीशन है, ये कोई हमारा भाईबंदी में काम नहीं हो रहा है. वैसे तो हम लोग आपस में करते हैं. जैसे मैं जब भी अपना स्पेशल करता हूँ तो मैं मेक श्योर करता हूँ कि नीति वो देखें और आए. मैं मतलब कि हम आपस में ये चीजें इसलिए भी जरूरी रहती है कि एक फीडबैक का लूप आपका बनता है. मैं जब टेप कर रहा था तो मैंने अपने सारे दोस्तों को मैंने बुलाने की कोशिश करी. मैंने कुशा को भी पूछा कि आप आइए, प्लीज आइए, देखिए. ठीक है, वो प्रदर्शनी नहीं है, वो सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं है कि अरे देखिए मेरा कितना बढ़िया सेट लगाया, कितने लोग आए. वो ऑल्सो इसलिए भी है कि आसपास के अपने जो लोग हैं, जिनकी सेंसिबिलिटी, जिनकी जहनियत आपको पसंद है, वो जब आपके काम को अप्रिशिएट करते हैं तो वो होता है. ये है आपकी आम जिंदगी. अब मैं आपको दूसरी जिंदगी बता देता हूँ, वो है जज की जिंदगी. भाई साहब उनका मटेरियल है, हम क्यों बीच में पड़े, है ना? और कल को उसका हमारी सलाह के चक्कर में खराब हो गया तो हम काहे को जबरदस्ती उसका. These are adults, these are not kids. They are taking decisions for their career, for themselves. So वो जो बेहतर से बेहतर उनको जो समझ आता है, और वही होना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से. वो इसका तो एडवांटेज है, जो उनकी समझ में सबसे बेहतर होगा वो करते हैं और हम उसी के हिसाब से मानते हैं. हमारा तो ये मानना है साहब. बाकी कुशा पीछे से नोट्स दे रही हो, नीति दे रही हो, तो मुझे तो नहीं पता.
Actually, that's the differentiator this season, that the judges are separate and the mentors are separate. Because that helps, because we used to get so invested in the contestants each time कि मतलब अब एक हफ्ते आपने उनके साथ इतना सॉलिड वर्कशॉप किया है कि मतलब फैमिली बन गई है, और नेक्स्ट हफ्ते सडनली आप उनको पराये के बच्चे की तरह ट्रीट करके फिर से बोल रहे हो ये ठीक नहीं था, वो ठीक नहीं था, and in your own round you're defending them and all. So this season that separation has helped in making the judging even more fair. Mentors ने संभाला, and each mentor was like a king and queen in their own field. और हम अपना मस्ती से बैठ के बोल रहे थे हाँ ये ठीक था, ये इसमें थोड़ा सा रह गया. That was like a better separator.
और mentors भी करते थे अपने contestants. हाँ, mentors बहुत
different. हाँ,
हाँ, अगर
मेंटर्स हमेशा डिपेंड करेंगे बिकॉज़
Very
दे वर्कशॉप विद देम ना।
Yes.
वही कि अरे कल रात को ये सोया नहीं था, इसका ये हो गया, वो उसने खाया नहीं था, वो ममता तभी आती है व्हेन यू मेंटोर देम, बट व्हेन यू आर जजिंग देम थोड़ा सा दूर बैठ के आप अपना कि भैया हम काम से काम देख रहे हैं सिर्फ।
एग्जैक्टली, इस कॉमिक्सतान में थोड़ी रियलिटी टीवी वाली एनर्जी है, यू मस्ट वॉच इट।
हाँ, इस वाले में थोड़ा
लग रहा है वैसा वाला वाइब, ऑफ कोर्स। But you know, I want to ask both the judges over here this one question. You know, you mentioned the fact that, of course, no matter how much you like, you need to be very honest. You know, some contestants maybe they take it, you know, with a pinch of salt. कि हाँ ठीक है, सही बोला उन्होंने, maybe it is for my betterment. Some people might take it to their heart, and you know, it might impact their confidence. But I'm pretty sure, as judges, that is never your intention. You want them to get better because you have been there and been there throughout, and you know, you have done well yourself. So you want to get their confidence ahead and going and kicking in. But sometimes अगर किसी का दिल दुखता है या फिर they don't take that criticism in a constructive manner, how do you ensure that you still keep them motivated?
बस मन में जो आ रहा है वो, हाँ प्लीज नीति गो फॉर इट।
नहीं, मेरे हिसाब से तो यही था कि देखो लाइक वी डोंट, ऑब्वियसली हमारा किसी के साथ कोई पर्सनल एनिमिटी तो है नहीं, एंड इट्स बेटर दैट उनका दिल इधर शो पे दुखे दैन जब वो सीरियस स्टैंड अप कॉमिक्स बन के ऑडियंस के सामने परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं और एग्जैक्टली उसी पॉइंट्स पे ऑडियंस उन्हें जज कर रही है, तब ज्यादा दिल दुखता है। जब टिकटें नहीं बिकती तब दिल दुखता है, जब जोक्स पे लोग नहीं हंसते तब ज्यादा दिल दुखता है। तो I mean, it was up to them whether they wanted to take the feedback or not. But from the group of people that we had, I don't think कोई ऐसा था opposed to feedback. In fact, 2-3 बार, because you're a performer yourself, when someone falters, you're sitting at the edge of your seat saying, come on, Armat, bol. Achha, don't let them know you failed. Achha, don't let it show on your face. Come on, pick yourself up. We were so, अगर कैमरा ने हमको उस एंगल पे कैच किया, I think all of us were sitting like this. So उससे ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या ही दिखाए कोई।
Yeah, true. You know, Kusha, of course you're hosting this time, and as you mentioned that you've been a big fan of the show yourself, and right now cut to you yourself hosting it, so it's a different ball game and experience altogether. Of course, before starting the shoot, you had some expectations, I'm pretty sure, in the back of your mind. कितने expectations जो भी आपके थे, कितना you actually felt कि realistic हुआ once you started the shoot? What are the new things probably about your own hosting skills that you know kind of realized after starting the shoot?
मैंने ऑडिशन दिया था एक्चुअली कॉमिक्सतान में होस्टिंग का विद अभीश। So कुछ आइडिया तो मुझे तब हो गया था कि what am I in for, and जब उन्होंने मुझे कहा था कि जब बीच में कुछ टेक्निकल ग्लिचेस होते हैं तो आपको तब भी हम मतलब छोड़ते नहीं है कभी अपना कैरेक्टर, हम जब टेक्निकल ग्लिचेस हो रहे हैं तब भी हम we keep the audience warm, which I learned. There's a lot that I learned, especially the fact that it's extremely demanding. It's an extremely taxing job, and you have to put in the hours, you have to put in the work, you have to come early on set, you have to do the rehearsal, you have to do multiple reads. Abhish ke sath, you know, I had to have a very real, very organic chemistry. So वो सब चीजें थी, but I came with like zero expectations. मैं actually बहुत starstruck थी उस set पे। एक तो मैंने Comicstaan का set पहली बार देखा था, और मैं ये set Amazon Prime Video पे show पे already देख रही हूँ। So set पहली बार देखा, फिर लोग देखे, फिर realize हुआ कितने लोग involved है। There is a technical director, there is this entire stage crew. फिर मैंने देखा कि you know what do the judges do, उनको क्या brief मिलता है, and I was, I think, just extremely grateful in the entire process. I came with no expectations. My only expectation was to not disappoint anyone, and I hope when the show comes out, I mean, I'm doing a good job. That's all I cared about. So yeah.
Well, I hope the universe is also listening to you and following every bit of what you want. But you know, last question aap teenon ko, and I think it's a very I would say important question, because especially when it comes to people who are bringing a smile and laughter on others' faces. Of course, there are days when you feel very happy and good, and you're in that mood and zone where you're laughing yourself at almost everything. But the biggest challenge I feel about comedians is that when you're personally not having a great day, and still you have to make the other person laugh. A lot of comedians, maybe young ones or people who are learning, they might not be able to balance that act. So maybe one-line suggestions from all of you in terms of how you can achieve that.
मेरे ख्याल से जिस भी चीज के आप पैसे लेते हैं वो आपका प्रोफेशन होता है। प्रोफेशन में आपकी पसंद नहीं चलती है, ठीक है? जब आपने किसी से पैसे लिए हैं तो उसका वैल्यू ऑफ मनी आपको देना पड़ता है। तो आप फनी होते हैं अपने दोस्तों में, पर जब आप पैसे लेके करते हैं तो आप प्रोफेशनल होते हैं, तो उसमें ये देखना कि मेरा मूड कैसा है, ये वो, मेरा मूड अगर देखना होता तो फिर मैं आज यहाँ नहीं पहुंचता, ठीक है। तो अपना काम ये उतना ही सीरियस है जितना कुछ और, ये उतना ही सीरियस है रेस्टोरेंट जाए खाना खाना या कोई कोडिंग करना, कि आपका मूड कैसा है वो इस पर थोड़ा डिपेंड करता है कि आपने किस तरह की कोडिंग करी, वो काम है, उसके पैसे लिए तो वही होगा। मेरे ख्याल से काम है, काम जैसे करें उसको, उसी डिसिप्लिन के साथ करें।
Absolutely. And Kusha and Neeti, anything from your end?
I think when you're on stage, you owe it to yourself and to your audience to be as present as possible. When you're a comic, you can't be having something going on at the back of your head. The only thing going on at the back of your head is when you're observing your audience. कौन कैसे react कर रहा है, कौन कैसे कर रहा है. That's when you're alive. And जितना ज़्यादा आप present होगे, उतना आपका performance better होएगा.
And one last departing thought from the host herself.
Yeah, I think I'm still new in this. I don't know. Sometimes when you're on set, not every day is your 100%. Some days you're not your best. And I think जब मैं host करती थी तो आप PCR जब आपका control room होता है वहाँ पे आपका चेहरा दिखता है. तो मुझे in ear तो क्या हुआ है आज, क्या हुआ है, क्या हुआ है. They can sense it. They can sense it.
Yeah.
So मैं COVID के time पे content बनाती थी and I think लोगों की फीडबैक बहुत बड़ा मोटिवेशन होता है, जब वो आपको बताते हैं कि आपकी वजह से हम हंस रहे हैं या आप कंटेंट डालते हैं तो हमें अच्छा लगता है. आई थिंक उससे बड़ा मोटिवेशन कोई नहीं हो सकता. सो एवरी डे ड्यूरिंग द फर्स्ट एंड द सेकंड वेव, नॉट सेकंड वेव बट द फर्स्ट वेव, आई यूज्ड टू गेट अप and shoot the content and खुद ही शूट करके खुद ही एडिट करके जोरावर को कमरे में बंद करके कंटेंट निकालती थी. But it's if some days you're not feeling okay and you want a break, I think give yourself the respect of a break also. So second wave में मेरा बिल्कुल मन नहीं था कंटेंट बनाने का, तो मैंने नहीं बनाया.
I think fair enough. You need to keep that balance going in. But guys, thank you so much. It's a very enriching conversation. You guys have worked really hard for the place that you are right now today. All the best, and I hope, I'm personally a big fan of Comicstaan, so I have some great expectations. Kusha hosting this time. All the best. Special congratulations to you for this. All the best, and I hope whatever you guys desire in your future, you get it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.